So, how do I organize my notebooks or my planners? I'm going to share with you my process. So, if you want to watch, stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Estella, and what you're going to do is currently watch me organize my notebook and how I organize my notebook. So, as you can see here, I do have dots. I'm very kind of familiar more or less with the dates of when I created these dots or what dates need to be stamped on them, but I am going to go ahead and show you how I categorize my notebook. So first things first, let me just review. If you are new here, hi, my name is Estella. I really love like planning and organizing, task management, and all of a sudden I just really love notebooks and commonplacing and writing and reading. All the things, right? Anyway, so my dots represent mood and thoughts with this color, pop culture and movies with this beautiful purple, articles, content, books, podcasts, all blue. Happy mail is green because of course I am spending that money. So I'm going to share with you how I'm categorizing this. So this right here for this Monday, this is happy mail. This is new items that I am received, as well as some old ephemera that I kept. And then I also wrote a one sentence line of my day. So I like to kind of figure out where I'm going to place them. And this is basically how I categorize it. So happy mail, mood and thoughts. Then we're going to go into more happy mail. So again with the green. And I always look for a nice place to put it. Then I am using the next color here. And this is my current mood and thoughts. And I'm going to put pink here. Okay. And it's okay if it's not dated. You know what? I was kind of getting on myself about, oh, you must date this. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I don't have to date it if I don't need to. Only if I remember the exact date, then I'll try to remember. But I do remember the topics because I clearly wrote in these not too long ago. So this is another mood and thoughts. This is when my mom and I went to go get my nails done. And there we go. And then here's another mood and thoughts. And then I have another mood and thoughts, which is going to go right here. And then this is definitely happy mail. Okay, so I need to put that one right there. And then this is more mood and thoughts. Okay. And then trying to figure out where to place my little sticker. And an outing that my mom and I went to with the bookstore. So I'm going to put blue here. And does this fall over into, yep, more like bookstore content and just looking at books and fall vibes. Okay, Halloween vibes. This was mood and thoughts, so I'm gonna put that one there, like maybe right here. And then pink. And then this was writing, so this is something that I was just working on for writing and current processes, kind of developing my skills in terms of describing things. So that is going to be blue. And this is also going to be blue. Now, these two right here, they're very much inspired by nature. So that's going to be green because it is happy mail. And I'm just going to stick, you know, the green dots where I feel I can fit them. This was just a quote that I wrote. So I'm going to do a blue dot right here. This is happy mail, but I didn't write anything, so I'm just going to kind of leave that in its place until I figure out, you know, more or less what category it belongs. This is definitely Happy Meal. In a current mood. Now this right here, see, this is something that I purchased, and it was developing my, you know, art and things like that. And by no means am I no artist, but it is in the blue category with my new items. And then everything else right now is just not categorized. Now this is going to be categorized because obviously it is Happy Meal, and I am putting something that is ephemera from that specific piece of Happy Meal that I purchased. All right, so now I'm going to show you how I can do this in my notebook. In my notebook, I have basically a space where I can write down little notes. So if I had like a difficult day, I'm going to color code that by whatever it is. So this is pink, so it's my mood and thoughts. And then I am going to take a look at, you know, the week it happened, and then I will go ahead and make an entry with that specific information here if I wanted to do that. The final step would be like, now that I know that I planned last week and this week, I am going to take my stamp and I'm just going to make sure like I tap all the excess items out there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I wrote in this today, and today is literally the 30th. So all I'm going to do is stamp the day. So I'm going to take a 3, and then I'm going to take another 3, and then I'm going to write 0 here, not 0, but I'm going to stamp a 0, right? So I know what day I wrote that. And then I already categorize these days here. This was on the 29th. So that one I have a recollection of. And I'm not too worried about where my numbers are showing up. This can get a little messy if you are someone who kind of desires perfection, or, you know, how close your numbers are. I really just, I'm not worried about that. So I just kind of will stamp the numbers there. And then I'm going to do another, this was another 29. So I am going to put that there. And sometimes I don't do the best job stamping. And you know what? It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. Okay. And then that's the date that, you know, I got basically started with that. And then anything else, I am going to put the date, the 29th, because I did go out and purchase it that day. It was a busy day yesterday. Just did a lot of things. And it doesn't come out perfect, but that's how you can basically do it. So another word of advice, like if you can, try to stamp your dates in whenever you're doing it, or at least write your date. So I'm trying to see where I specifically wrote a date. So this is 6/2. So that is June. Do I have a sticker for July? Because normally I put the monthly stickers once it gets started. So let me see. Did I put July anywhere? No, did not. So, you know, it's been a couple of weeks, and this is the thing, like if you are someone who really wants to kind of, oh, I need to make sure I have the right date written down because I want to know what date this happened. See, this is 6/2. So I know this is like 1, this is 2. Okay, this is probably 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7th. And then I took like a couple of weeks off between work. And then here goes days off, I mean. And then here goes the 10th, right? And then this is probably the 11th, 12th, right? And then this was another date. I didn't write the date here. So it can be difficult. And this is what I mean. Like before, I'm going to show you the difference. Like before I was able to, and this is, you know, something I'm learning now, because there's times that I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired, I don't feel like stamping. And then I'm like, oh, I'll stamp next week. Oh, I'll stamp tomorrow. Oh, I'll stamp the next day. And what ends up happening is that I don't end up stamping at all. So this is April, right? So 7th, April 7th, April 7th. Then I have April 13th here, April 13th, April 17th, April 17th, April 19th, 19th, 21, 21. So you get the point. Like, you can easily see 25th, 25th, 25th. You can easily see basically when this month was. Right now, it looks like June and July are kind of like blurred together. Now I'm wondering, when did July start? So this is something that I would say, like, make sure, you know, at least if you're not going to stamp the date, write the date. Because what ends up happening is that your days kind of get, you know, a little confused. Right here is 6/12. Okay, so there goes a date right here. And then somehow, I know I had a couple of weeks off from just kind of playing with my Commonplace notebook. And now June and July are definitely blurred. So definitely something very important, something that you want to pay attention to. If you are one of those people who are not worried about dates, and you just like color coding or color categorizing, then you're completely fine. I always recommend writing the dates because sometimes you want to think about when this happened, what was going on in your life. And for me, that's very much the case. So I kind of feel a little sad that I am not getting all the dates in that I literally said, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. And I never really did it. And now it's like June and July are literally blurred. And I'm going to have to figure out when was my July entry and when was my last June entry. And for me, I think it's a definite eye-opener. And now I know, like, whenever I sit down with my notebook, whenever I sit down with my journal, I am definitely going to make sure I organize it in that matter. In the example I was showing you, I have a time frame and I can see when something happened if I categorize it based on my theme here. But being that I didn't do that with this initially, now I'm just kind of lost. So I hope this helps. I hope you had a great time watching. I hope this gives you more ideas to how you can organize and kind of get everything in your Commonplace notebook, planner organized. And until the next video, I'm gonna go ahead and put number 3 here. And oh, one more thing, because I might get asked this, but this is what I'm using for my ink. And this I purchased at Michael's and I love it because it dries super quickly. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next video. Bye.